Hello there, as we are currently in May and the solar declination has risen up to 19 degrees latitude, summer season's approaching, and that as a result means a more common chance of tropical storms occurring. As you know, a cyclone has built up some time ago over the Arabian Sea. The tropical storm seems to be heading northwards, currently passing through Maharashtra at a rate of approximately 11 kilometers per hour. From recent data, it's currently at 185 kilometers per hour, which is equivalent to around 115 miles per hour, with a minimum pressure of 952 hectopascals, which presently makes this a Category 3 cyclone. So far, Goa has experienced some of the high wind speeds and even the heavy precipitation, and this as a result has led to 500 trees falling and 2 deaths according to the article. But as of recently, the death toll has climbed to about 8. More deaths have been reported even in other states which were impacted, such as Karnataka, and of course, inevitably, the other cities in the west coast. So this is the present as we forecast. We observe that the cyclone will head northwards towards Maharashtra, and Maharashtra will face further impacts, while impacts should alleviate over Karnataka and enter Gujarat and climb further north before it starts to dissipate. As the cyclone heads further north for the time being, the wind speed is expected to increase to 195 kilometers per hour or 121 miles per hour, and that leads us to a Category 4. And it should remain roughly that until the cyclones hits the coast of Gujarat. And this is when the weakening starts to occur, and it's expected to weaken in 19th May at least, due to the friction of the land, obviously. But basically, dissipation is only expected in the next few days as the cyclone heads further northeast into Rajasthan. But towards the end, one should expect more impact as we head northwards. Even if you don't watch the video today or sometime soon, this information is critical anytime something like this occurs again. And it is important you anticipate, watch what's going on and plan in advance. So it's important that you are prepared and you are ready. Make sure you listen to the alerts, make sure you're safe inside, and make sure you kind of know what you do in the worst case scenario. So particularly if you're at home, you need to watch for any signs. If you're in a low-lying area, obviously with low elevation, flooding is more vulnerable as a result of the heavy precipitation and wind. Make sure there's no leakages, make sure everything's secure. Even before the event, as you see, the impacts are slowly going to increase, and that's likely to happen throughout the life cycle of a cyclone. And obviously, make sure everything's charged. Do not use too much battery in your electronics. Ideally, save the battery for when it's really needed. Charge it in advance because you never know when power is going to cut, and even before that happens, try and save your battery power. Make sure everything else is safe, and try and make sure you're not in a position where you have to drive in this time, but follow instructions carefully if you do. And make sure you kind of know what you're going to do in the worst case scenario once again, like let's say you have to evacuate. But please stay inside and not try anything yourself. Make sure you keep monitoring.